Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're starting a new career mode on FIFA 23 and that will be with Saints. In real life, they've recently sacked Ralph Hasenhüttl and signed Nathan Jones as their manager from Luton Town. So I felt like this was a great time to begin a Southampton career mode. They've got some fantastic young players, and it's sort of how I enjoy playing career mode in terms of getting players from the youth academy and developing youngsters. So it seemed like the perfect sort of time to start a career mode. Some of you may have watched my Sheffield United career mode on FIFA 22. So yeah, this will be following a similar format in terms of a post-commentary video. A post-commentary gameplay, and so yeah, we're gonna just dive straight into the gameplay now. So as you can see, I'm going through the squad, and we've got a lot of young players. We've got some youngsters out on loan. We've got a few that I'm looking to sell as soon as they come back in, like Bednarek, etc. And you can see I'm just going through and loaning, putting some players up for loan, and getting. There's not too much deadwood in this squad. There are a lot of, as I mentioned, players with really good, nice potential that we're going to be looking to grow straight away. Lavia is one of those. He's 62 rated, so he's very low in terms of rating at the start of the game, but we're looking to develop him in how he is in real life. He seems to be one of the standout performers for Saints in real life. You see here James Ward-Prowse, the main man of the squad, the captain. He's someone that I'm not going to be selling. I'm going to look to hold on to him as much as I can. Stuart Armstrong, again, another fan favourite there. He's a brilliant player, and I'm going to be utilising him even though he's not the youngest. But overall, we're going to be following Southampton's philosophy in real life, and that is to play young players. I think they've fielded the youngest squad in real life on average. So we're going to be following that sort of philosophy and signing some youngsters, developing some players in the youth academy. So yeah, we've got Che Adams up top, and the striker situation at Southampton is a weird one. I mean, when Danny Ings was let go, it didn't seem like that he was properly replaced in terms of a top Premier League quality number 9. I felt like Che Adams has somewhat stepped up. He's been very good for Saints leading that line, and he's such a hard worker. So I am a Southampton fan. That's why I've chose to start this career mode. Typically, each FIFA I start a Southampton career mode and get through the seasons with them. So in real life, Che is such a hard worker. He is a fan favourite. There are a few players in this squad that everybody loves, and it'll be interesting to see how they all develop under Nathan Jones. So as you can see, I'm getting the base team together. This is sort of, again, what I do at the start of each career mode. I just get the sort of formation that I'm looking to sort of start with, and then I'll see where the weak players are in that squad. And I'm going through the objectives here. So youth development, no surprise, is the highest priority, and we will be developing a youth academy in this career mode. I'm not going to bore you with the training, which I feel like is the worst part of starting a career mode. What you see here, there's a couple of nice nutmegs on that player there. I think it was Gineppo. So yeah, that was quite good. There are quite a good a number of new cutscenes on this game. Now, any of you play FIFA 23 career mode already will know all of the cutscenes, but I feel like they've been decent additions to the game, just spice things up a bit. You see here Mohamed El Yunusi. Now, I wasn't looking to sell him. However, with this offer from Celta Vigo, I felt that if they could offer 10+ million, I would have accepted it, but they weren't able to match my requirements and my sort of my asking price, so I ended up rejecting that. Grimaldo has signed for City, so they've now got Cancelo right back and Grimaldo left back, so they're just strengthening that squad ever more. We're looking here at some signings, some players to add to our shortlist. Amanda Broja is one of those that I'm interested in bringing back to St Mary's. Now, he was on loan last season in real life, and he was a very good striker. He just offers something slightly different to Che Adams, and it's not someone that I'd be looking to replace directly with Che. It's just something that I felt like he would offer something slightly different. I feel like it's a fairly realistic signing in terms of if he wasn't in Potter's plans at Chelsea, I feel like he could potentially move to another club, and why not Southampton? He's a young striker. He sort of matches everything that Southampton would want in a player, and also obviously he's been at St Mary's for a year already, so he knows its surroundings. It wouldn't be a brand new club. And you see here we got a bid of 11 million accepted, and it's quite easy negotiations in terms of wages. And he was the first name on my list as soon as I started this career mode, Amanda Broja. So I'm very, very pleased with bringing him on board. In terms of other signings, now the way that on FIFA 23 the budget works is that the wages come out of the overall transfer. I'm not actually entirely certain how it works, but you don't actually have as much as it appears straight away. So we do have scope for a few signings, but I want to be quite sort of careful in terms of where I'm spending my money, and we haven't got too many high value players we can offload either, so it's not going to be the easiest of transfer windows, but we will do our best to strengthen the squad where we can. You'll see on that shortlist there Cody Gakpo. Now he's someone that Saints were linked with, rumoured anyway in real life. Now it would have been an incredible signing. He was linked with Manchester United. He's Eredivisie Player of the Year and plays in the Europa League already, so bringing him to the South Coast wouldn't be the easiest sort of thing to do in real life. Same in the game, really. He's far too expensive for our budget, but he's someone that I would like to bring in the following few seasons as sort of our star player. It would be sort of, I feel like that's something that obviously Ward-Prowse is the main man in terms of quality he brings to the squad. He's the captain, plays for England, so I'd like to bring someone in that's sort of got that sort of standout sort of the standout quality. Now you see, I was thinking of Ismail Assar as a winger. I was just interested in bringing in a winger, sort of partnering Gineppo on one side, and then we'll have a new winger on the other. But I feel like some of the names on this list are expensive, and you'll see you got Gakpo, Sarr. I felt like there were other positions that I could have prioritised first, so I decided against bringing in a winger at this point. Now you see here it's quite a sad moment, really. Alex McCarthy heading off to Girona in Spain. Now I do like Alex McCarthy, but it was just another one of those in terms of he's a bit older, not in my plans for long term, and Bazunu is the sort of the number one, not only in real life, but I wanted to make him number one in the game as well. Now the concern is with Bazunu that he is only 70 rated, and we've got Caballero who's retiring at the end of the season who's of equal rating, so we do need to, I feel like, sort of hedge our bets in terms of maybe bring in a new goalkeeper that can that's better, sort of higher quality than McCarthy, and just for the short term, really, until Bazunu brings up his rating. But that's if we struggle with Bazunu. Now I'm planning on using Bazunu a lot, but we'll see how it works out. So you see here I've done some looking around, got some free agents on the list. of players that I'm thinking of signing. And now we've got Ochoa, Mexican goalkeeper who's absolutely phenomenal at all the World Cups. As quite some funny memes about him being good at World Cups. So I decided to go with Thomas Vaclik. He's a free agent. Now, I didn't actually know. I don't usually sign free agents in career modes that often, and especially first season. Second season onwards, you can get some good gems in there. But first season, you typically can't get any decent players. But Vaclik was on there, and I've decided to sign him as a sort of a short-term stop whilst we're waiting for Bazunu to increase in rating. Vaclik's 80 rated. He can get in that goal and be our number one if he needs to be, whilst Bazunu's growing in rating. Now, I don't think that's a bad signing at all. I'm quite pleased that we've managed to get a goalkeeper of an 80 rated, there's a sort of that caliber that can potentially make a difference for us, like I say, particularly if Bazunu struggles. So that's what I'm just trying to do, is just stop, fill some positions. As you know, in real life as well, Southampton have, because as they are younger, it's not surprising they're going to be slightly lower ratings. And yeah, for example, Lavia's the next one. Like I say, I want him to be in our first team, but at 62 rated, is he going to struggle in the Premier League against players? We've come up against City, got 90 plus rated Kevin De Bruyne. So you'll see here, again, it's a similar idea I had to Vaclik, was Morgan Schneiderlin. Now, he's obviously been at the South Coast club before he went off to Manchester United. And now he was on the transfer list from Nice. And I thought this was another potential opportunity to bring in a bit more experience on a really low transfer. And you see there, 1.8 million we've agreed with him, 74 rated. Now, don't get me wrong, he's not a brilliant rating there, but it will just offer something in case Lavia struggles. We've got just a bit of quality. Now, he's not in my long-term plans, Schneiderlin, by any means, but I felt like it was quite a nice sort of thing to do. We've recently brought Walcott back in real life. Why not bring back another former face? And that's 32-year-old Morgan Schneiderlin, who can provide some experience in that changing room, as well as provide some quality on the pitch if Lavia does indeed struggle. We do have Diallo as well. I'm thinking of Ward-Prowse as the one centre mid. Diallo is someone that I do like, but I just like having just a bit more backup. And a cheap fee like that, it's not the end of the world really on spending 1.8 million. You see there, we get an offer for Perro. I'm not interested in selling him at this point. Perro's a good young left back. He's someone that's definitely in my plans at the moment. Now you see here, I'm just going through the youth academies. As I mentioned, we're scouting some youth players. Now, I've picked England as our first country. I've only got one scout out, and that, like I say, is England. We've got one player on the shortlist, and that's Adam Woodward, who looks not too bad at 17 years old and 64 rated. So the only thing is, I believe, if I can remember correctly, he's really slow. So we're looking to build up his pace a bit. If he's playing on the left back position, we need someone with a bit of pace. You see, I'm not interested in selling Stuart Armstrong despite his age. He's someone definitely going to be featuring this season. But we're just going to slow this episode down now. We're going to go through some of my transfer targets potentially. I mean, like I say, Jeremy Pino is someone that I was potentially looking at, but he's so expensive. A lot of these players are just a bit slightly out of our price range, and I felt like this first transfer window needs to just fill some gaps rather than bring in some proper quality and blow the budget on one player. So I'm happy with what we've done so far in terms of bringing in some experience and just hedging our bets against those players with lower ratings, really, and just covering ourselves in case we do struggle in the Premier League this season. You see the scout reports, they're just coming back now. So yeah, I'm happy with where we're at. There's potentially going to be a few more signings to come. I'm going to see just sort of how it goes there, but yeah, I'm happy with the transfers we've made, and we'll be continuing the philosophy of bringing in youngsters, I think, from going forward. Gonzalo Plata actually was one I am very, very sort of close to thinking about signing. But again, he's just slightly out. If we signed someone like him, it would blow the budget. You still got Oxlade-Chamberlain as well. It'd be brilliant to bring him back, but I don't think we'll be doing that. Jota is someone that I'm very very keen on. Celtic obviously sold Van Dijk and Wanyama previously to Southampton, so Jota, someone potentially maybe next season would be a good one. I'm not sure. We'll think about it, but thank you very much for watching, guys. I do appreciate if you have stuck around. Feel free to like and comment if you've stuck around to this point in the video. But you see here, our first Premier League game next episode will be against Fulham. So be sure to subscribe, and you will see that in the next episode. Thanks and goodbye.